Happy Friday, let's get moving.
Bit more. We're going to turn up the volume a little bit. And so I would think of this more as like a fitness Friday. We're going to spend a lot more time in planks than we have so far, and really just get into that strengthening element with a nice little flow at the end with some twists, really opening up through the hips and the chest. So if you're not really feeling like dialing it up today, go back to your favorite day. Day 2 was super popular. Just do what feels good for your body. Modify to whatever feels best to you. Let's start facing forward. It's a beautiful day. Remember, you can take your practice anywhere you want to go. It's always gonna just kind of mold with whatever that is. So bending the knees softly, let's just take a few breaths. Start to roll those shoulders up and back. Start to deepen that breath in and out through your nose. And then just go the sticky way. So roll the shoulders back and then just try to reach all the way up to your ears, roll them forward. Just think of like train wheels, really getting that full circle, rolling all the way up. Take one more. And then just letting the arms hang out, maybe side to side. And we're just gonna tuck the chin, taking a few more breaths just to kind of drop through your head. Yeah, just kind of feel your body supported. Play with your balance, close your eyes. Good, we've got 20 minutes of some really heart pumping flowing. So let's take one more breath, one more big circle. Maybe roll those shoulders, just kind of move your body however. Open up through the eyes, stand at the back of your mat, and we're gonna inhale to upward salute. Oh, good morning. Bend your knees, forward fold. And on your inhale, start to walk your hands all the way to the top of your mat, finding a plank pose, holding here for a moment, and then up or downward facing dog. Send your hips up. Good, and then reach your right leg maybe up, maybe all the way towards the sky. Bend your knee and then step your right foot outside your right hand. We're gonna drop through the chest, drop through the knee, open up through the chest. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips and settling through those hips. Tucking the back toes, lifting the back knee, just send your hips high into a modified pyramid. So 2 legs are working towards straight. They might not ever get there. Take one more breath. Bend your left knee, step it outside your left hand. We've been here before on day 1. Open up to your active squat. Just take a few pulses. We're just gonna move through this warm up till we get to the more fun stuff. Exhale, straighten your legs. Inhale, reach upward salute. And then forward fold all the way down to the mat. And then lengthen your spine, lift your chest, plant your palms, and then step your right foot back, drop your right knee, open up onto your fingertips, drop your hips. Coming into that low lunge. Melting your heart. Take one more breath. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, send your hips high into modified pyramid. Melt your heart. Bend that left knee as much as you need to allow that softening in your right hip. Plant your palms, bend your back knee, and then step your right foot forward again into that active squat. Maybe give about 3 to 5 pulses, reaching out in front of you because it's a brand new day. Connect with your breath, and on your exhale, straighten the legs, bring your hands to your heart so you can extend them all the way to the sky. Reach away from you into that flat back. Bend the knees, forward fold. Then inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hop or step to the back of your mat. Let's take one full push-up together. And then drop onto the knees, drop onto the forearms. Pull your body through an upward facing dog. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, find that downward facing dog. And just taking a breath to reset in your downward facing dog. Letting your head go. Let's just do that one more time. Let's start on the left side. So lift that left leg maybe 1 inch, maybe all the way to the sky. Bend your knee, step it outside your left hand. If you want to keep your back knee lifted, totally cool, or drop it down, pull your chest forward. On your exhale, tuck your back toes, send your hips high to a modified pyramid. On your inhale, shift forward, bend your right knee, step all the way into your active squat, 3 to 5 pulses. As you connect with your breath, exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart, so you can reach up on your inhale. Upward salute to forward fold, bend the knees. Lengthen your spine. Bend your knees again, step your left foot back. Maybe drop onto that back knee, or just pull your chest forward. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, tuck your back toes, lift your hips, modified pyramid. Take one breath here. And then exhale, bend both knees, step your left foot outside your left hand. This time bring your hands to your heart and just stay low in your squat. Maybe pulse, maybe hold, maybe get as low as you possibly can. Squeeze the knees out. And then slowly straighten the legs, reach forward, forward fold. With your feet as wide as your yoga mat, walk your hands all the way over to the right foot. Maybe you even hold on to your right foot or the back of your right calf. If you do have that, relax your head. Imagine something pulling your left hip back in space. Just kind of melting over that side, bending the knees if that feels better to you. And then inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. So maybe grab onto the back side of that left calf so that you can kind of melt your head and your heart and that right elbow. Maybe the head sways side to side, or you just kind of chill somewhere that lets you be with that sensation. Before you inhale, come back to center, lengthen your spine with a little more space. Exhale, bend your knees. Stay as low as you can, and you're either going to hop back to a plank or you're going to step one foot at a time, staying nice and low so that you take a push-up all the way down, all the way up. Drop your knees, drop your forearms. Inhale, pull your body through an upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, find a downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in your downward facing dog, or reset in a child's pose. That might feel nice. You've got about 10 more seconds, and then we'll push back up into that downward facing dog because we got some stuff to get done. Make sure we're spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Take a big breath in that downward dog. Meet me here, and we're going to go through 10 plank squats. So that means we're going to bend our knees onto our bellies, and then we're going to push forward into a high plank, and then exhale, bend the knees, try to touch them down to the floor if that's available. Inhale to high plank. Exhale. Inhale, pull it through. Exhale, squeeze those toes together. Good, tapping the knees down if that's available. Give me 5 more. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good, 3 more, really extending those shoulders over the wrists. Big breath in. Last 2. Inhale all the way forward. Give yourself 1 more good squeeze, and then send your hips high, downward facing dog. Give yourself 3 to 5 breaths. Feel free to melt in your child's pose if your shoulders want a little bit of a break. All right, when you feel ready, let's go and shift forward into a plank pose. Now we can always drop onto the knees and then just send side to side if the high plank becomes too much. If you're going up top, put those hands underneath the shoulders, tuck your toes, keep your hips as low as you can, wrap your triceps back, open up your chest and try to tuck your chin. If you can hold this, begin to tap your right toes to the right, come back to plank. Your left toes to the left, come back to plank. Right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Trying to hold your form, trying to grip into your fingertips, wrapping your elbows back. Right, center, left, center. 2 more on each side. Stay with your breath. Last set through to the right, to the left, knees down, child's pose. Take a moment, letting your head go, maybe pushing into your palms. Take 2 more breaths right here. Just a little bit more time in our plank, so find that energy, find your inhale, and on your exhale, push your hips back up to a downward facing dog. All right, so we're gonna come back into the squat. Maybe watch the first one. We're gonna bend the knees just like we did. And then this time we're gonna step our right foot forward, open up into a twist, come back to that plank squat, get nice and low, and then send your left foot forward, open up to a twist. So moving at your own pace, trying to bend the knees to squat, bring that right foot forward, gently open up to your twist. As you reach to the sky, foot goes back, bend those knees, left foot forward, twist. Maybe you move 1 breath per movement, and you've got so much control in this shape, or maybe you're moving nice and slow, articulating through your spine, through your muscles. And through your mental awareness, wherever you are, find more opening in that shoulder. Find more depth in those knees. Good, and we'll just take a couple more each side. Really pushing into the base of the palms. Maybe you just find somewhere that you want to stay, like your twist and your lunge. Giving yourself that full time, full permission. Finish your left side if you're still moving and grooving. And then drop the knees, open them up, find a child's pose. Just settling down off of that, melting your belly all the way down onto your knees. All right, so taking whatever you need, maybe you need a sip of water. And we're gonna head into our flow. So when you're ready, meet me in a downward facing dog. And we're gonna connect back with our breath. So allowing the head to melt between the hands. Maybe bend the knees if you want more stretch in the upper shoulders. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then lift up through that right leg on your inhale, lifting as high as you can. Let's bend the knee, step it inside the hands. Reach your fingertips back behind you and then open up to a crescent lunge. So just kind of melting into the hips here, breathing into what's available. Good, slowly start to straighten both legs. And on your exhale, bend your knee, open up your arms like a cactus. And then inhale to 2 straight legs. Exhale, come into that cactus lunge. Let's take 2 more with your own breath, finding that balance with 2 straight legs, opening up the elbows, and staying right here in your crescent lunge. So we're gonna reach our right hand back. We're gonna reach our left arm forward, and then start to turn that left arm towards about 3 o'clock, towards analog, kind of crossing over our right knee, lifting up through that right arm, and really sending the hips low. So you're really extending through that left arm like you're trying to grab onto a rope, like you're gonna sway like Tarzan or Jane. Take 2 more breaths, reach through your spine. It's okay to flex through that trunk a little bit. Beautiful, 1 more inhale. And then gently cross that left elbow over the right knee. Maybe connect the palms. You can always drop onto that back knee if that feels more supportive for you. Really focusing on twisting from the torso. Maybe gazing beyond the right shoulder. Good, and if your back knee is down, see if there's something available to push it back up into your lunge. As you look at your right toes, bend your left knee, and then step forward into a twisted chair. Stay with me, stay with your breath. Imagine pulling that left hip back, wrapping your right shoulder down, and taking 1 more breath cycle. Good, on your exhale, straighten those legs, let your hands find the earth. Inhale, reach all the way up to standing. And then exhale, palms to center, up, go and bow to yourself. Bow to your practice. Lengthen through your spine, maybe hands to shins. And then exhale, step your left foot back, come back into your twist, plant your left palm down, give it some responsibility because we're gonna be depending on it pretty soon. Find your twist with your torso, open up your ribs, and then begin to walk your right toes back. Maybe heel toe those feet, roll onto the outside edge of your left foot, stay here, or extend your right leg all the way out into your side plank. Again, really wrapping that left elbow back, squeezing the shoulders onto your back. If it's available, float that right leg, squeeze into the outside edge of your left hip, holding it here for 5. Open your chest for 3, 2, reach your right arm all the way up and over, push your hips up high, downward facing dog. Nice job. We're gonna lift that left leg all the way up to the sky, and then we're gonna step it inside our hands. So reach the fingertips back behind you, inhale up to your lunge, and just kind of settle into your crescent. Anjaneyasana. Good, and once you feel stable here, we're gonna straighten both legs, lift up through that right heel, exhale, open up into cactus arms, bend your left knee. So inhale, reach all the way up, exhale, sink it low. Even squeezing the elbows back behind you, opening up through your chest. Take one more, and then stay in your crescent, open arms. So feel the strength of that left knee. Push your left knee out, and then reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm back, trying to stay low in those hips, and then begin to reach all the way to about 9 o'clock with that right arm. Keeping the left knee over that left ankle, and then even start to flex through your spine, hinging forward, trying to reach for that rope so you can hold on to it. Big power pose here. Good, holding it, and then dropping your right arm on your left elbow, maybe connecting your palms. Feel free to drop that back knee if that feels more comfortable for you today. So you want about 3 breaths in your twist, making more space and time for you. If your back knee is down, gently tuck it so you can look at your left toes. Bend your right knee, gently step forward into your chair twist. Your feet can be hip distance or touching, whatever feels more comfortable to your structure. Pulling that right hip back, rolling that left shoulder down and back. Good, taking one more inhale. On your exhale, straighten the legs, hands to the floor, let it go. Sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, bow to yourself. This practice all the way down to the mat. Inhale to lengthen your spine. And we're gonna step our right foot back, planting our right hand all the way down because it's gonna give us some power here in a moment. Open up to your twist, extend, and start to distribute the weight and the strength and the activation through your shape. Walking your left heel and your left toes all the way back so you can roll onto the right side of your right foot. Stay here. Or begin to lift up through that left leg and find your side plank. Imagine opening up your shoulders, so almost leaning the body back, squeezing the legs together, wrapping that right shoulder back, pushing into your index finger. Breathe and stay for 5. Nice and slow count for 4. Feel free to lift that top leg if that feels available. Reach to the top of your mat, plant your left hand down, send your hips high, downward facing dog. All right, so we're just gonna do that 1 breath per movement, 1 more time. So let's lift up through that right leg, step it in between your hands. On your inhale, rise to your lunge. On your exhale, sink into your cactus. Doing that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink. Reach your right arm back. Reach your left arm forward. Take an inhale to extend everything away from you in your twist. Exhale, cross the left elbow over the right knee. Bring your palms together. Take an inhale to twist. Exhale, look at your right toes. Step it forward into chair. Big, powerful breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. We're gonna reach all the way to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, bow into yourself in your practice. Lengthen your spine. Step your left foot back. Plant your left palm. Take an inhale to your twisted lunge. Take an exhale to transition the weight, taking a full breath cycle in your side plank, whatever that looks like for you. Reaching to the top of the mat. Bring that right hand down, send your hips high. Downward facing dog. Take an inhale to lift that left leg. Take an exhale to step it between your hands. Inhale to rise into your lunge. Exhale, 3 cactuses, 3 taps. 3 opportunities to open your heart. Staying in your lunge, reach your right arm forward, reach your left arm back, and then begin to twist your body towards the left as you reach. Push through that right heel, take an inhale. Exhale, drop your right elbow outside your left knee. Take a breath in your twist. Exhale, look at your left toes. Step forward into a twisted chair. Take one powerful breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Upward salute, inhale. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Stepping that right foot back. Planting your right hand. Inhale, open up to a twisted lunge. And exhale, start to cross that left foot on top. Taking a big breath here. Reach to the top of your mat. Send your hips up high. Downward facing dog.
And just slowly start to tiptoe your feet all the way to the top of the mat.
Inhale to find some length. Exhale, plant your palms, hopper step to a high plank. Let's take a push-up. Let's drop our hips, or drop our knees, drop our forearms. Inhale, pull it through to upward facing dog. And then exhale, send the hips high, downward facing dog. Awesome, so take about 3 breaths here. Shake your head, let it go. And then slowly start to drop your knees. Walk your hands underneath. We're just gonna finish with a nice spinal twist. So inhale, open up your left arm. And on your exhale, thread it underneath your right arm. Reach all the way so that you can drop your left ear. Possibly extend your right hand all the way to the top of the mat. So letting your hips, your belly, your toes be totally relaxed. As you inhale, feel the back side of your left arm just push into the mat. And as you exhale, maybe you twist a little deeper because there's more space. Just begin to push into that right arm so the hips extend back. And then walk your right hand underneath your shoulder, push into the floor, inhale that left arm all the way up, linger as long as you need to, bring that left hand down, and then inhale, sweep your right arm all the way to the sky, really push into your left palm, and then thread that arm underneath, dropping your shoulder, connecting that whole space, and then maybe walking that left arm all the way to the top of your mat. So juicy. Unwinding your day. Remembering each moment is a new opportunity. When you think about it, it really, really is. Begin to push into your left palm. Feel that space. Walking your left hand underneath your shoulder, push into it as you open all the way up and linger as long as you need to. And just kind of coming back to your space. Feel free to do that flow a couple times if you have time. It's really, really sweet just to open up in that opposite direction. It's really, really good for our fascia. It helps to expand our lung capacity. So get down on what feels best to you. Have an awesome Friday. Have an awesome weekend. And I'm looking forward to moving together tomorrow.